New footage shows this is how Ukrainian FPV drones wipes out Russian soldiers on Avdiivka battlefield. These images show Ukrainian forces using FPV drones to destroy a Russian military position on the battlefield. The footage shows FPV drones hitting the freshly discovered Russian military position in the Avdiivka direction. The images were obtained from the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine on January 7th, along with a statement saying, "The position of the Russian also occupiers was detected by the aerial reconnaissance of the State Border Service." Adjusting the FPV drone, with just one hit, the defenders hit the firing point and stunned a couple of hordes. "We will not allow the enemy to destroy our land." But on the battlefield, Russian soldiers are afraid of facing US-supplied Bradley fighting vehicles on the front lines, said a Ukrainian commander. The Ukrainian soldier, who goes by his call sign of Catch, said that Russian troops in tanks and troop carriers fear going into battle against the tracked armored fighting vehicles. The Bradley is fast and very maneuverable and protects soldiers with its heavy armor, Catch, and the Ukrainian commander also praised its powerful machine gun. Recent video footage from the intense fighting around Avdiivka in eastern Ukraine, where the 47th is currently deployed, show Bradleys ravaging Russian columns and positions with its 25mm cannon that can fire up to 300 rounds per minute. The Bradley can also take out Russian tanks in one battle. A Bradley took out 2 Russian T-72 tanks with its heavy tow anti-tank missiles. The vehicle has been dubbed a tank killer. But the Bradley can also serve as a personnel carrier and can carry 7 soldiers around the battlefield. The ability of the Bradley laminate armor to protect its occupants from attack is another feature highly praised by Ukrainian troops. While in June 2023, a Bradley from the 47th Mechanized Brigade withstood a direct hit from a Russian Grad rocket. Ukrainian soldiers have stated that Bradleys have helped them survive on the battlefield, while one soldier said, "We would all probably be dead after the first hit if they were using Soviet-era carriers, but his unit all survived after mines, high-caliber machine guns, and attack drones struck their Bradley multiple times." "186 Bradleys have been sent to Ukraine, along with 4 Bradley Fire Support Team vehicles, about 100 to 120 of which are actively deployed in operations. The rest serve for parts, training, or replacement when needed. Their enhanced visibility is also an asset during nighttime assaults. Target acquisition takes seconds. At night, this machine is simply invaluable. With capture targets much faster, visibility is better than during the day," said one soldier. Rob Lee, a senior fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute, posted videos on X documenting the vehicle's capabilities. According to Rice, the Bradley is superior to Russian infantry vehicles because of its speed, lethality, and survivability advantages. The 25mm chain gun, in particular, is described as tearing apart Russian armored columns, while the tow missiles provide increased range against armor. According to Dutch open-source outlet Oryx, 63 Bradleys were damaged or captured between February 2022 and early October 2023. However, many of these may have undergone repairs and returned to service. According to data analyzed by experts from the Institute for the Study of War (ISW), Ukrainian missiles and drones are penetrating Russian air defenses in occupied Crimea and have successfully struck some intended targets. Ukrainian troops are conducting a multi-day campaign to strike Russian military facilities in occupied Crimea and have already successfully hit several targets throughout the peninsula. The report recalls that Russian sources claim Ukrainian forces attacked an administrative building at a Russian airfield in occupied Saki Crimea with 4 Storm Shadow cruise missiles on the night of the 5th to the 6th of January. The Russian Defense Ministry said Russian forces destroyed 5 Ukrainian drones and 4 missiles over the Black Sea and Crimea on the night of the 5th to the 6th of January, and 6 Ukrainian Neptune missiles over the northwestern Black Sea on the 6th of January. The commander of the Ukrainian Air Force, Lieutenant General Mykola Oleshchuk, thanked the Ukrainian pilots for the successful hits on the targets at Saki airfield, but did not specify whether he was talking about Ukrainian strikes on 4, 5 or the 6th of January. In addition, Ukrainian officials and sources report that Ukrainian forces also struck an air defense radar system and communications center in Yevpatoria that was responsible for coordinating Russian air defense operations in occupied Crimea. Ukrainian forces also attacked as well as ammunition storage points near Pervomaisky, 82 kilometers north of Simferopol, and a Russian command post near Sevastopol, starting on the 4th of January. The analysts have concluded that Ukrainian and Russian reports have indicated that Ukrainian missiles and drones are penetrating the Russian air defense system in occupied Crimea and successfully hitting some of their intended targets. A Kremlin-linked Russian millionaire has claimed that Ukrainian forces are launching strikes aimed at weakening Russia's air defense system over occupied Crimea. ISW stated that currently it would not assess the purpose of the current Ukrainian campaign to strike areas in the Russian rear in occupied Crimea. In the summer of 2023, Ukrainian forces conducted a strike campaign against Russian military infrastructure, headquarters, logistics routes, and Black Sea Fleet facilities. With ousted Russian naval operations from the western Black Sea and aimed to weaken the Russians' ability to use Crimea as a staging ground and rear for defensive operations in southern Ukraine. While Ukrainian forces also destroyed a partially built railway bridge, fuel tanks, and engineering machinery in the vicinity of the village of Haranivna, near the occupied city of Mariupol, but advisor Petro Andriushenko reported on Telegram on January 7th. The destroyed bridge was part of Russian plans to lay down a railway stretching from Russia to Mariupol, and the invaders attempted to intercept the missiles used to attack the bridge.
Mata!